Solve each absolute value inequality. This time, instead of having an equal sign in our problem, we will have a less than or greater than type of symbol. Let's recall that absolute value measures the distance that whatever's inside is from zero on a number line. So really the way you want to read that is the distance, you want to find all values of x such that the distance from zero on a number line is less than 2 units away. So below, what I've done is sketched a number line, plotted my zero. If I'm okay to move a distance away, but it has to be less than 2 units, then I can't go more than 2 units to the right or more than 2 units to the left. I have to stay within 2 units of zero, and that creates this interval from -2 to +2. Since the inequality is not underlined, I use parentheses at the key numbers instead of brackets. If your inequality involves a greater than or equal to, then you want to think farther distances. For example, we're looking for all values of x such that their distance from zero on a number line is greater than or equal to 2 units away. Well, if you start at zero and you go 2 or more units away, then that means you have to stay less than or equal to -2, or you have to stay greater than or equal to +2. And what that does is that gives you 2 intervals of solution values. And since we're skipping over the ones in the middle, we use a union symbol to unite these 2 intervals as the solution. In our third example, we have the absolute value of x divided by 2 less than 3. Since our distance from 0 has to be less than 3 units, we can go over towards -3 and over towards +3, but we can't go any farther. So x over 2 has to be trapped somewhere between -3 and +3. Well, this takes us back to the compound inequalities that we had back in the first week, where we want to isolate x in the middle. In order to do that, you guys told me to multiply by 2, and that's a great option. With compound inequalities, whatever operation you decide to do, you have to do it all the way through. The left side multiplied by 2 is -6. The middle multiplied by 2, cancel your 2's, that's x. And then the right side multiplied by 2 is +6. So our values of x that satisfy this problem are all the numbers between but not including -6 to +6. You can check your answer easily. Pick a number between negative and +6, like a 4. Take it to your original problem. 4 divided by 2 is 2. How far is 2 from 0 on a number line? 2 units, which is less than 3. And that's the idea. Our next example, we have 3x plus 2 less than 5. Again, with a less than, you have to stay within a certain distance from 0 on your number line, in this case specifically 5. So just imagine you're at 0 on a number line, and you can't go more than 5 units away from it. You're going to be trapped between -5 and +5. 3x plus 2, when it's between these two numbers, when we solve for x, we can start by subtracting 2 all the way through. Left side subtract 2, that's -7. The middle subtract 2, that leaves 3x. Right side subtract 2, that leaves 3. 3x can be eliminated down to, or reduced down to x by dividing off by 3. Divide everything by 3, and you get -7/3 x. -7/3. X is in the middle, and then a +1's on the right. So your solution set is all real numbers between -7/3 and +1, not including the endpoints. Switching over to a greater than, remember with greater than from the upper right example on this slide, we must stay a distance farther than 5 units or exactly 5 units from 0 on a number line. So again, just envision yourself standing at 0 on a number line. If you have to walk 5 or more units away, then that means you're going to have to stay at -5 or farther to the left, less than or equal to -5 is the mathematical way to say that, or you're going to have to be at +5 or more, like 6 and 7. You have to stay a distance farther away from 0. 3x plus 2 less than or equal to -5. Subtract 2. 3x less than or equal to -7. Divide by 3. X less than or equal to -7/3. In the other case, where you have to stay at 5 or farther to the right on a number line, subtract 2. 3x greater than or equal to 3. Divide by 3 on both sides. X greater than or equal to 1. Now, these are two separate intervals of numbers that we have to unite for our final answer. All values of x less than or equal to -7/3 will be this interval. Note the bracket, note the underline. Union, this set of numbers are 1 or larger, including the 1. And then next, we looked at a couple special cases. The top case, x plus 12 and the absolute value is less than -3. Well, distance from 0 is either 0 or positive. Since you can't move a negative distance, this absolute value, which is distance from 0, can never be less than a negative number. So in class, what we discussed was, can distance from 0 be less than -3 units? And you guys told me no, that's true. So this problem has no solution. On the other end of the rainbow, if this had been a greater than -3, you would have all real numbers, because pick any number, add 12 to it. Suppose you pick a 5. 5 plus 12, 17. How many units from 0 is 17? Yeah, it's 17, and that is greater than -3. It turns out any number you pick, if you add 12 to it, measure how far that number is from 0, your answer will always be greater than -3, whereas in the example above, any distance you find will never be less than a negative.